related to Nagaland, it is very important to understand that the government of Nagaland is indulging in huge corruption. And this is also contempt of court that they have committed, because there was a writ petition which was filed in the Honorable Court regarding 30 contractual assistant professors. And the court had passed an interim order in this, directing the government not to regularize the services during the pendency of the case. And this case is still going on. And despite this interim order, on December 17, 2024, there was a regularization list which was suddenly sprung on the people of Nagaland. And when this happened, there were various groups, including the CTAN and NNQF, which protested. And then in an emergency meeting of the cabinet, which is called urgently, it was decided that these posts would be, first they said that they can continue, and then they said that no, these positions would be held till a decision was made, and this would happen only when a 5-member committee would look into this matter. Isn't it strange that the Honorable Court says that there should be no regularizations of 30 people who are contractual workers, and this writ petition was filed apparently in 2022. But a hearing happened on April 24. The next hearing is going to happen on May 26. And on April 24, during the proceedings of the first writ petition which was filed on this issue in 2022, it was pointed out that a batch of similar writ petitions and connected cases has already been filed, and it has been fixed for hearing on 26 May 2025. And with this particular matter of the 30 contractual workers who were not to be regularized till the matter was heard, decided, the government of Nagaland came up with this order on 17 December 2024, whereby 147 contractual assistant professors and librarians were appointed, were rather regularized to these posts by this particular order in the Higher Education Department. And therefore, the Combined Technical Association of Nagaland and the Nagaland Net Qualified Forum, after the emergency meeting of the cabinet, they had a meeting with the Higher Education Minister, Mr. Temjem Imna, along. Now, the strange part is that he had assured them that this would not happen, and they would make sure that the regularization was cancelled. And in spite of that, nothing seems to be moving. And the protesters had decided to call up their protest, or rather postpone it till such time that some action was taken. But if there was a case already on this particular issue filed in the High Court, in the court, and there were dates on which the hearing was happening, why did the government do this? Anyhow, now we will just have to wait, because after the verbal assurance of the minister that this order would be revoked, the fact that this case has come to light and I have got to know about it, I am just so appalled and so shocked at what the government of Nagaland was trying to do. What do you think? That if there is already a case in the court regarding regularization of contractual workers, the same kind of issue, the same issue regarding 30 people, and the Honorable Court has said that you cannot regularize them during the pendency of the matter, and the government appoints 147 people to these posts of assistant professors, these contractual workers. I have nothing against them, frankly speaking, with jobs being hard to find. Only problem is that this reeks of corruption, and that's where I have a problem with those people also. And I have nothing against you personally. What I have a problem with is that you have probably been baited and you have got these appointments. Now the point is, how were these appointments made? Why would anybody, why would the Higher Education Department regularize 147 contractual workers when there is an interim order directing the government not to do so? What do you have to say about it? And why I say that this is corruption is because if this has been done to the higher education, in the higher education department, in spite of this order which exists, it clearly means that there is something else in behind all this. Now, what is behind all this? Who were these people who were given this these appointments? This regularization was done. Was it that they had some connections with the minister in charge or somebody in the department or somewhere else? Only an inquiry into this matter can probably find out what exactly happened. But if there are rules and procedures which have been laid down, why would you want to bypass those rules and just arbitrarily appoint people? It is beyond my comprehension, and that is why I find this whole fiasco mind-boggling and very disturbing. Now, let us wait and see what happens on the 26th of May 2025, but the government's stand is not really clear. They are holding up the regularization in spite of the order. They have formed a committee. Why should you form a committee when the matter is already in court? Even if it's a different matter regarding 30 different people, why would you make appointments in contravention of what was said in that interim order? Because if contractual workers are not to be regularized, it applies to every department, right? So contractual workers, let's say in another department it was happening, but if you are appointing somebody, you're regularizing somebody, there has to be some rule that you're following, right? So if there are no rules of that kind, and if this is in contravention of all the rules which are there, then it's a matter of even greater concern. So I think Mr. Temjem Imna alone should resign and allow the investigation to be complete. And if there is no involvement of his in the matter, well, he can come back as the Minister of Higher Education Department, but there can be no fair investigation in this matter. But I'm still a little, I find it a little mind-boggling as to what is this 5-member committee going to do? On the one hand, you say 5-member committee, then you say, okay, we are going to hold it up and we will revoke this order. And then I get to know that there was a case which was filed in the matter of 30 contractual workers getting regularized, which was put off by the Honorable Court, no less. I don't know, but I think the people of Nagaland must begin to ask questions. You are asking questions, the relevant questions, but are we getting the relevant answers? Are we getting the right answers is my point. And I hope Mr. Nivo Rio, the Chief Minister of Nagaland, is going to ensure that the queries of the people are put to rest and the correct answers are given to the protesters, to the people of Nagaland, because we still live in a democracy. It still hasn't turned into a dictatorship.